refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
1, 2. This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. People didn't hear what you said. What did you say? Don't put it in my mouth like who? What?
Don't put it in my mouth like Chisora. You know what I mean? I'll say that interview, man. It's funny. You know what I mean?
What was said up there? We couldn't quite hear between you and your opponent there. What was said?
I just told him, man, I said, between me and you, man, let's just be honest. You're going to get hurt. You know what I mean? The work I've been putting in, I've got to dish it out on somebody. And sadly, there's no hard feelings. Then he came with, oh, you want to be a gangster, this, that. You know, the stereotypical stuff. But sadly, he's the next victim, man. That's all.
Okay, interesting. But yeah, listen, you're at that kind of stage of your career now where we know your personality. We know we're going to see more of that personality. So things like that are really not a shock to us to hear that kind of conversation going on 2 days before a fight.
100% it's a fight at the end of the day. Blood pressures are rising. Well, not mine, his. Now the colour of his hair's changed and everything. But at the end of the day, I've been here before and I'll be here for longer nights. So it's just one of those things.
You're always on the big stage, obviously. This week, the man just walked past you there, Joshua Buatsi, headlining the show, but not too long away, you'll be doing the same thing.
100%. That's what all this practice is for, really. Like all this practice, these fights now, to lead me up onto the bigger stage. Hey, respect, man.
Yeah. You got to go. We're going to pick this back up. Go on, do your thing. All right. Can you do some commentary while we're waiting for Ben Whitaker?
Absolutely. We are here in Birmingham. I'm joined by one of the best-looking guys in boxing right now, KUGAN CASSIUS on IFL.
Dan Miller.
Dan Miller's here also, and an interview got stopped, so we're freestyling right now.
Big Mo, by the way. You should know his voice. Can you just do an introduction to me while we're waiting?
Absolutely.
I'm weighing in at around 17 stone.
Absolutely.
From Essex.
17
Let's go.
stone. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here at the Hilton Metropole in Birmingham, introducing one half of our main event competing this Saturday night. He comes to us with a perfect undefeated record of 40 victories and no defeats. He hails from Essex, England, weighing in at 17 stone. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, KUGAN CASSIUS. Amazing.
You should say I'm going to fight Ben Whitaker and watch my death. Sorry, you had to do your situation. But yeah, listen, we know where you are in your career, but how quickly are you going to get progressed?
Yeah, as fast as my team think. I've been sparring great people in camp, but that's sparring, I'll be honest, all I need is the rounds, know how to gauge the rounds, know that my body can go through the rounds, because I'm doing it in sparring. I've been doing 12 rounds, and if not more, but under the lights it might be different. So for me right now, it's just get the experience of the rounds, and then put anyone in there with me.
It's always interesting, like I said, when someone comes with your pedigree into the pro game, that everyone wants to see you fighting Muhammad Ali in 2 fights. It doesn't work like that, and you're on your own path, and you do things when things are right for you.
You hit the nail on the head there, and I think it's a real British thing, to see a bit of pedigree and they try and rush them, where if you look at the Americans, they do it right. They put them in the right fights, get them into the right routes, and then become world champion. Where English, look at the Josh Kellys, talented lad, for me got rushed a bit too early, came up short, and then they push him to the side. It's a shame, but it's the way the game is. So for me, I've got a great team around me, and we'll move when we want to move.
It's the need, like I said, it's almost from a public and a fan perspective, for people to be rushed, and it's almost a compliment to yourself if they believe that the opponents you're with are not good enough to be in the ring with you. I'm not making reference to your fight on Saturday, I'm just saying in general, if you knock someone out in a round, it'd be like, you should be fighting someone else, but that's a compliment to you as well.
100%, it's a compliment, and sadly, that's when some people either shine or some people fall. But for me, I'm making sure, camp-wise, I'm doing everything I can. Like I said, I'm sparring Lawrence Okoli. This Russian guy is mandatory for Canelo. If I'm doing that early on in my career, when I do get to those fights, I'm laughing.
Absolutely. Before I let you go, I do want to ask your opinion. There was an article that went out, I don't know if you know, from Thomas Hauser, kind of esteemed writer, that suggested that Anthony Joshua should call it a day. Have you seen these comments? No.
I hear it all the time, all over Instagram, Twitter, you name it, and it's a shame really. But at the end of the day, he won, didn't he? He won, he's back in the bigger fights. And at the end of the day, it's a money business. You're going to make money for him, his family, his promoter, so everyone's winning.
I know everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but I do think like there's probably two people qualified to answer that question. That's the boxer, and then after their trainer. If someone should retire, whether that's a Derek Chisora, whether that's an Anthony Joshua, but everyone likes to have their opinion, and it's what makes boxing so accessible with opinions like that. But we're talking about Anthony Joshua here, and I don't think he's got any intentions of retiring anytime soon.
Definitely not. He's got a new coach on board, so obviously they need to gel more. He's just beat Franklin, and there's bigger fights. They're talking about this 4-man tournament. I know AJ, he's game. Tough fights, obviously. But what I like about AJ, no matter what, if he gets beat, he wins. He always goes in there with tough opposition. Usyk, Klitschko, you name it, he's been in there with him. So yeah, you can't knock it.
Just finally, how is your relationship going with your coach? Obviously, Sugar. He was here. I don't know where he is. Oh, he's over there.
He's hiding. But great, to be fair. Like I keep saying, it's like a father figure. You know, he looks after me. I've been out there for about a month and a half or something like that in Miami. It's been a great camp. The thing I like about this camp, everybody's training for a fight date. So Lawrence was in camp. Jelena, 8-time world champion, she's in camp, and a couple of others was in camp. So it's been great energy.
Well, listen, it's interesting to see your next progression, which is on Sky Sports this week here in Birmingham on May the 6th. And yeah, look, from an outside perspective, Ben, you tick every single box, but it's for you to kind of deliver that as well, or deliver aspects of that. But you've got everything going for yourself, so it's interesting to see your career progress.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. My opponent said it, I'm in no illusion. I can talk the talk, I've got to walk the walk, and that's why I put the work in. That's why I've put Sugar on board now, and that's why I'm spending this money into camp. So in the long run, it pays off. It's an investment. So as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, I talk a bit of rubbish, but deep down I am humble, and I know what I've got to do. And if I keep that mindset, I'll be fine.
Listen, I'd rather you talk everyone's opinion, whether you're talking whatever or not, but I'd rather you talk than not talk, because boxing's a selling game. So you don't sell yourself, then how do you expect the people to invest in you?
100%. It's an entertaining business, and a good job of entertaining.
Ben Whitaker, thank you very much on IFL TV. We'll definitely catch up with you after your fight on Saturday. Best of luck, mate.
Thank you, thank you.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,